How's it going, guys? I want to do a quick video going over my trades from the day. All trading SPY, no indicators. I didn't use any indicators today. I just used supply, demand, and technical setups that I liked. These technical setups including sending wedges, um, flags, and bear flags. So make sure to check out my Twitter. I'm alerting most of these plays. Usually I'll give some sort of clue or entry to what I'm looking at. One of the initial ones that I did this morning, I didn't actually take a position just because I didn't get a good fill. I couldn't get a good fill, so I just stayed away from it. But this early breakout, a lot of times I don't like trading this first hour, and that's because I like to be able to get my zones correct. So once we got this initial chop fest right here, I was able to notice what supply and demand zones that we have. So I have these two zones right here. We have this 388 strong support, and of course this pre-market high of day. So the first trade that I took was this ascending wedge. This ascending wedge, what I like to call um, into a supply zone and a morning dump off, is my top setup. We saw the same exact setup happen on Thursday. We had a morning wedge coming right into high of day, and you could have played this pretty much for the identical move. So my first entries on this ascending wedge is I always will take an entry at the supply zone, and then once I get confirmation of a break out of the wedge, that's when I'll enter more. So I entered my first entries around 391, entered the rest at around 390.4. Once we got this breakdown from the ascending wedge, I was able to scale some. Usually what will happen, I'll enter, I'll switch to the 3-minute. 3-minute allows me to look out for bear flags, and it allows me to look out for reversal candles. I'll show you what I mean by that. A reversal candle like this on the 5-minute, I may be looking to exit on a bullish candle like this. I'm going to switch to the 3-minute, and I'm looking at a bear flag. The bear flags today were a little wonky, but I was able to add more to my position at the top of this bear flag. I got in more at around 390.1, and this allowed me to capitalize on the second move without getting scared out of my position. So I was able to capitalize on that, rode this down to the supply zone right here that we had some support at, and you can see this is a pretty popular zone for the rest of the day. There was pretty much no support and from 389.5 to 388. So, all right, moving on to the next trade was this 3-minute one. I switched to the 3-minute on this one. No reason. I just noticed the setup was appearing just based off the candle formations, and switched to 3-minute, and I found it. We had a nice ascending wedge going right back into the supply zone that we created from our previous chop that we had on this bear flag. So once we had this bearish hammer reversal candle, I was able to enter puts at around 389.7. I was red for a little as we retested the supply zone, but that's okay because my risk reward was there. My stop loss was going to be anywhere above 390, and my target, which hit perfectly, was this 389.7 supply zone that we saw earlier. So I was able to sell those puts right into the supply zone. We bounced off hard. Switch back to the 5-minute. So there's 3 trades right there. Next trade that I took was this wedge breakdown. I'm going to go ahead and remove all drawings. The way I like to play wedges, and it depends on if we're moving north or south already. If we're moving south, I like to think of the wedge is going to break down. If we're already moving north, I think the wedge is going to break up. That's how I'll typically play neutral wedges. Of course, descending wedges are bullish, ascending wedges are bearish. So we were moving south right here, and I was able to get a good short entry around this candle around 389. We actually did get a bear flag right here on the 3-minute as well, but I entered on the breakdown of this wedge and got a good 25% on this wick. I exited right here because of 388 support and how important that was. One of the main things for this wedge is this is one thing you need to be looking for all throughout the day is higher lows and lower highs. So once I noticed that we had 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. We had 3 lower highs, 2 higher lows. That is telling me that we have a wedge and we're going to get a move here soon, especially when we are approaching end of lunch, going into the last 2 hours of the day. That lets me know that we're most likely going to get a nice little move out of this wedge. So entered puts here. That was my 4th trade of the day. I entered one more trade, and it was just a 0 day. Ran like 130%, sold half. The rest of them expired worthless because of this choppiness. My thought process there was pretty much I wanted a break of this 388, couldn't get it. You can see how quickly we could have fallen if we broke below. I was taking 385, so I was hoping for a major flush. We didn't get it. That's okay. So I'm gonna start doing these videos pretty much every day. Make sure to check out my Twitter where I tweet almost all my trades live, post all my technical setups that I'm looking for, and I am sure you would be able to benefit something from something that I post about. Well, I hope so. Hope you guys have a good rest of your trading week, and thank you.